Hi folks, lots of you have been asking questions about STEM Design Challenge, so I want to take a minute today to show you what it's going to look like this year when you go in to be judged. Remember that all your supplies have to fit in something that's smaller than a copy box, a copy paper box, and this is only a half size one. You're allowed a full size copy box. There was an issue with the rules this year where my math was less than stellar when we put those in. So everything fast to fit does not have to be a copy box. It can be a Tupperware or anything that you want, just so that all the supplies would fit in something like that when we measure the volume. There's an impound to this, which means that you or your students, someone needs to come drop off this box, and it needs to be labeled with who it belongs to. If you have more than one team, make sure whether it says varsity or JV, and you're just going to leave it behind. And then during that first block, the event leaders are going to go through your boxes. They are looking for contraband that's not allowed during the STEM Design Challenge. So the things that are allowed in your box, any kinds of connects. Some of you have emailed me and shown me pictures of some kind of weird and abstract connects that are made by the company. So if you think there might be a problem, it's fine to kind of have some documentation with you that says, hey, look, this is really from a Connects kit, just so that the event judges don't have to kind of scramble through the archives to try and figure it out. All the pieces have to be unassembled in the box. So if we find this in the box, they're going to take time. They're not going to disqualify your team, all right? But they are going to take time and just throw the pieces back in here in a random assortment. You are allowed to pre-bag the pieces, and they can be labeled. So maybe you have a gallon-sized bag that says base and one that says blades, whatever it is that you're making, so that helps the students. Okay, we've got other things in here that doesn't belong. We put that off to the side. You can have tape and string and copy paper. Copy paper is is regular paper. It's not cardstock. It can't have pre-designed templates on it. I don't care if it's reusable or recycled math sheets, but it can't have any design templates that the students have done. They need to be able to do all of that when they get there. They're allowed one 8.5 by 11 picture, not a collage of pictures, all right, to show them and remind them how to put this together. But the point of this is that this design, the students have worked on it, they understand it, and they can build it again with just a picture to kind of help them, okay? So that will be happening at Impound. All right, so fast forward to the event. This box will be set out in the room somewhere when the students walk in, okay? Every team will get a piece of this nylon string. Lots of people have been asking. This is just your run-of-the-mill, buy it at Walmart piece of nylon string, and that's what every team will get while they start building. They'll have 30 minutes from the time that the event leader says go to construct their device. Okay, so they'll open their box, they'll work as a team, they'll build their design, they'll put it all together. All right, and just miraculously, here we have a design. This one actually would not meet. This is what I do with my children at night, make them build things for me that could be used in videos. This one would not pass inspection because it has lined paper on it instead of copy paper. Hopefully my event judges would have caught that at Impound and taken that out of the box for them. Okay, but they put this together. There's a lot of questions about the axle and where this piece of string has to be connected. There must be a single rodded connects that acts as your axle for what we're going to wind the string on. Okay, it can be oriented in lots of different ways, and there are much better designs than this one that you can do for this, but it can't be some big fat set of gears that you've put together that the string's going to wind around. It has to be one. It just has to be one connects thick when you put it on. All right. So these pieces of string have a black mark on them, so that we know where the 1 meter mark is. Okay. And the kids can use anything that they want, tape-wise, to attach that to the axle. At the end of the day, I'm going to ask for that string back, so they don't need to attach it for life to the end of there. All right. And if they finish before the end of 30 minutes, probably your event leaders will let them go ahead and start testing. They should raise their hand and let people know that they're done. But at the end of 30 minutes, regardless, everyone has hands off, all right? Hands off until it's your turn to go up in front of the fan. All right, so you're bringing this up here. You're gonna go in front of the fan. Everyone's standard box fan. I've had questions about that. Again, it probably was in your grandma's attic. When it's their turn, they're going to get 3 minutes up here to adjust this in any way that they want. And for the most part, I mean, People are asking about fan, how fast is the fan gonna be? It's probably gonna be on high. I can't promise that, but I do know that all the fans, if we have multiple fans in the room, will be the same fan and they'll all be on the same setting. But this 3-minute, time period is where the kids can adjust it again now that they're in front of the fan. So they'll come up, the event leader will say, you've got 3 minutes. They'll turn the fan on to the right setting. Okay. And at this point, the kids can work on where they want this to be. Do they want it to be at an angle? Is that going to make it go fastest? Is it close up to the fan that makes it go the best? Is it far back from the fan that makes it go to the best? Is it falling over? They need to adjust things so that it stops. Is it sliding across the table? That's also going to be a problem, all right? So once they think they've got this figured out, okay, and that they see that there's nothing being tangled, then they'll tell the event leaders that they're ready. They've got up to 3 minutes to tweak this once they get up here. Because in real life, we have to have time to modify and adjust it under our conditions. Again, so I can unwind it. Okay, so they'll get it set. And this is when we would start the official time. So we're going to want this string to be all the way unwound. And then we'll turn the fan off. Okay, have their string laid out so that it's ready to go. Then we will say 3, 2, 1. We'll turn the fan on and we'll start the timer. Oh no, mine's not working. I'm gonna have to touch it. Every time we touch it, it's a 2-second penalty. We cannot hold it and we cannot tape it to the table, all right? So if we have to move it like this, something to make it, every time I have to touch it, that's gonna be a penalty. We will give this up to 2 minutes for the kids to, they have to try and touch it, tweak it, move it. At the end of 2 minutes, we will stop the time, regardless, okay? We want it, I love that it worked perfect when I was trying to just show you that I was setting it up. We want it to wind up as fast as possible. We want it to wind only over this axle, okay, as it goes. And it's gonna happen, all right? Something's gonna happen where it gets caught, something falls off. Every time they touch it, it's a 2-second penalty. Just remember that they can't physically hold on to it while it works. So that's why we're giving them 3 minutes to kind of come up here and fix it. At the end of that, then the fastest time is the one that wins. All right, I hope that helps. Send me more questions if you have them. Thanks, guys.